You opened your laptop this morning and saw the announcement. Your colleague, the one who started 6 months after you, just got the promotion you've been working toward for 3 years. You typed out a congratulations message, deleted it, typed it again, hit send, then closed your laptop and stared at the wall for 20 minutes wondering what you're doing wrong. Here's what nobody tells you about that feeling. It's not just disappointment, it's math. Your brain starts running calculations you didn't ask for. If they got promoted in 2 years and you've been here 5, what does that say about you? If their project got funded and yours got shelved, are you missing something obvious? The wins pile up around you and suddenly your steady work feels like evidence of failure. There's a moment in the Bible that captures this so perfectly it's almost uncomfortable. It's not a story. It's Paul, writing to a group of Christians in Galatia who are absolutely destroying themselves with comparison. Paul has spent 5 chapters trying to explain that the entire scoreboard is meaningless, that grace wipes out all the status markers they're clinging to. And now, in chapter 6, he's done being diplomatic. He gives them a test. Not the kind you pass or fail, the kind that shows you what's actually real. Galatians 6, verse 4 says, "But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another." Verse 5 continues, "For every man shall bear his own burden." That word prove, it's not about measuring up. It's what an assayer does when they're examining metal for purity. You're not grading yourself against the person next to you. You're asking, is my work genuine? Is what I'm doing authentic to who I am and what I've been given? Paul is saying something that cuts against every instinct we have. Stop checking other people's scorecards. Your neighbor's promotion doesn't make your work less valuable. Their breakthrough doesn't mean you're behind. You're not running their race. You're running yours. Now here's the part that makes this even more interesting. 2 verses earlier, Paul told them to bear one another's burdens. So which is it? Are we supposed to carry each other's loads or carry our own? Paul uses 2 different Greek words. In verse 2, it's about crushing weights. The catastrophic stuff. When someone's world falls apart, you step in. You help carry the disaster. But in verse 5, it's a soldier's backpack. The daily gear, the regular responsibilities. That's yours. Everyone has their own pack. And you can't compare the weight of your pack to someone else's because you can't see what they're actually carrying. The colleague who got promoted. You don't know what they're carrying at home. The friend who seems to have it all together? You're seeing their highlight reel, not their 3 in the morning anxiety. The person whose life looks like a straight line of wins? You're not in their head. You don't know what it costs them. But here's what you do know. You know what you're carrying. You know the work you're putting in that nobody sees. The project you're building in the margins. The people you're showing up for when it would be easier to quit. The skills you're sharpening while everyone else is chasing the spotlight. Paul says prove your own work. Not your results compared to theirs. Your work. Are you showing up? Are you doing the work that's actually yours to do? Are you faithful to what you've been given? Because here's the trap. When you start measuring your worth by someone else's wins, you stop doing your work. You start trying to do theirs. You chase their strategy, their timeline, their version of success, and you lose the one advantage you actually have, which is that nobody else can do what you do the way you do it. You're not behind. You're on a different route. And the only question that matters is, am I faithful to the road I'm actually on? Think about the email you almost didn't send last Tuesday. The one where you encouraged someone who was about to quit. Nobody saw that. It didn't get you a promotion or a plaque or even a thank you. But you knew it mattered. That's the work Paul's talking about. The unglamorous stuff that won't make your performance review but proves who you actually are when nobody's watching. So here's what you do this week. Before you open social media, before you check the company announcements, before you start the mental math of who's ahead and who's behind, write down 3 things you did this month that mattered. Not things that got applause. Things that were true to the work you're called to do. The conversation you had that nobody else witnessed. The problem you solved that didn't make it into the newsletter. The person you helped who'll never tag you in a post. Write them down. Because that's your work. That's what you're proving. Not how it compares. whether it's real. Paul ends that passage with a line that's easy to skip over. For every man shall bear his own burden. It sounds heavy, like you're supposed to tough it out alone. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying your burden is designed for you. It fits your back, your pace, your strength. Trying to carry someone else's burden doesn't make you more capable. It makes you collapse under weight that was never meant for your frame. Stop trying to run their race. You were built for yours. And the work you're doing right now, the unglamorous, unnoticed, faithful work, that's not evidence you're losing. That's evidence you're still in it. The promotion you didn't get doesn't disqualify you. It just means your route looks different. And the person staring at the wall this morning wondering if they're falling behind, that's not failure. That's you carrying your burden exactly the way you were meant to. Keep going.